Just about an hour ago, in remarks that lasted less than 15 minutes, President Joe Biden addressed the nation for the first time since announcing he was stepping away from the race for presidency.
When Ben Franklin was asked, as he emerged from the convention going on, whether the founders had given America a monarchy or republic, Franklin's response was a republic, if you can keep it. A republic, if you can keep it. Whether we keep our republic is now in your hands. My fellow Americans, it's been the privilege of my life to serve this nation for over 50 years.
Joining us now to help break down this historic message from the president, Katu political expert Jim Moore. Jim, thank you as always for being here.
Good to be with you.
Your overall reaction to the president's address tonight?
It was really valedictory. I've come to the end of my 50 years in public life. I've got things to do in the next 6 months, but I just want to tell you what I've done as president and where I want to really focus in the next 6 months. And you should really try to preserve your republic. And so that's a classic line from his campaign, now Harris's campaign.
Did we hear anything that we didn't expect to hear tonight?
No, there were no surprises. It kind of ended up being a little bit like a State of the Union. There was a list of things, and you kind of heard your favorite thing. I thought it would be more focused than that, but it really did feel like it was kind of his last major address.
One of the biggest issues people pointed to following the debate, of course, was that the president looked and sounded old. Did this appearance solidify that image to voters and their doubts?
Absolutely it did. He had the usual issues that he has. You know, he stutters and he's not quite as good as reading things from the teleprompter anymore. So those kinds of things were there. But also he didn't have the fire. He was not the fighting Joe from 4 years ago. He was the grandfather Joe that we saw, and people said, well, that's a little bit too far now. So it was really a handing the torch kind of thing, just in his demeanor, the way he held himself.
As we know, there have been calls for him to step down from office at this point. Did this address, do you think it'll strengthen those calls?
No, I don't think so, because the calls basically come from certain parts of the Republican Party who just want to pile on. There's no reason for him to step down. There's no reason to doubt his competency as president. None of that. If he has to step down, then every member of Congress, and there's a lot of Republicans who said, I'm not running again, should also step down. So I don't think that that's really going to go anywhere.
How did this message differ from what we've been hearing from the Trump-Vance campaign?
Well, the Trump-Vance campaign has been swinging to really focus on Harris. They are still saying, you know, Biden is the past. Biden is the attack on democracy. They're using those words as well. But now they're saying Harris was hand in hand with him, and so they're going on much more aggressive. Today we had, you know, Vance calling Harris names, and so we're getting to that kind of level that we had with Biden when he was in as well.
Jim Moore, we always appreciate your insight. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good to see you, Jim.